Sedona. This is going to be the August reading for Leo. Hello Leo, how are you? Happy birthday. So this is going to be your August reading. Good for Leo sun, moon, rising, Venus, we'll say Jupiter, and if you have a North Node in Leo as well. And also for the collective, since Leo season is such an exciting time of year, and we are now in the first few days of the Lionsgate portal, and that will be culminating on August 8th. For the collective, you're welcome to watch this video as well if you want to tap into the energy of Leo season and also the Lionsgate portal. Okay, so we're gonna get started. We're going to do a full reading for Leo, for tarot and also oracle. So I've got a bunch of different decks lined up for you. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I'm at Elizabeth Light Tarot, and I will follow you back. And also I'm available for personal readings, as these are general readings and they may not resonate for everyone. So if you'd like a personal reading, just send me a message. I can do those via video, whether it's WhatsApp or Facebook video or, you know, whatever, FaceTime, whatever you use, or by phone. So please don't hesitate to send me a message. So, all right, Leo, let's just burn a little bit of sage to start. I've been burning this amazing frankincense prior to your reading, so all of the decks have been fully cleared and charged and carrying a lot of beautiful energy. So just sage a little bit. Okay, so I think we're gonna start with the Animal Spirit Oracle and just get you a message from the animals and see what wants to come out. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node for the month of August. And we have a new moon in Leo on August 18th, which is going to be a really, really energizing new moon, in case anyone is wondering. It's going to be a really, really beautiful new moon, full of energy. So we're just going to get one message for Leo, one message. There's your card, Leo, Lion Spirit. One message for my dear Leos. Ooh, the lion and the wolf. Fierce. One more time. Okay, Leo. What do we have for Leo for the month of August? Beautiful, Leo. I love this for you. Dove Spirit, be peace. That's really beautiful. I love that the element of air is coming in for you, Leo, for the month. And that's a 21, breaking down to a 3. So I'm feeling like, you know, it's your time of year, and so, you know, the sun is your ruler, and it's summer, and there's sort of like a lightening of the heart when Leo season comes along. It's really energized, and you may really be coming up as a leader right now as far as like bringing the peace, bringing the love, bringing the higher perspective. So you've got Dove Spirit with you this month. That's really beautiful. And at the bottom of the deck was another bird. So the birds are really coming in for you. And this is Flamingo Spirit. Embrace the in-between. 26, breaking down to an 8. And Flamingo Spirit like really reminds us how important play is and being playful. Embrace the in-between. So yeah, you may be sort of not caught in between things, but feeling like you're having to choose sides, and you're coming up as, you know, as the mediator, as the one who's kind of like bringing a message of peace. So we'll see what else wants to come out, and we'll get a couple more oracle cards for you. Oh, that's interesting. That is really interesting. I had one of the animal cards was in the middle of this deck, Starfish Spirit. So maybe this is important to you. Open to infinite possibility. I feel like we have to take this now. We'll put it on this side. The starfish coming in, which is such a sacred water animal, showing us that anything is possible. Embrace, be open to infinite possibilities. Very interesting that that was there. I love it. All right, Leo. What do we have for my dear Leos? Open to infinite possibilities. This is your time to shine, you know, this really is your time to shine your light upon the world. Every time your solar return happens, we feel, you know, a sense of a surge of energy. So I feel like so far this is going pretty well for you, Leo. Pretty well for you. One more time. Okay, Leo. Nice. Okay, so that wants to be that one. Observer. Observer. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. This is like maybe what is giving you this sense of being at peace and being able to you know, to see the higher perspective, is that you're really taking a step back from everything just to observe, to collect your own information, to like take a moment to let everything just sit with you before jumping to conclusions about things, before forming a really strong opinion. And this is also speaking to seeing things through a different lens, like a changing of a perspective, seeing things through a different lens. I love like kind of like all of this really soft, muted kind of gold color that's coming in for you. Kind of like a really soft sunset or a really soft sunrise. And let's take the next one too. Chop wood. This has been coming up a lot, and it's speaking to like perhaps feeling like there isn't anything so huge happening in your life right now. Not that you're feeling stuck, but excuse me, but perhaps like you're just in a place of getting your work done, getting the things done in your life, the kind of finding magic in the mundane, it's kind of a sense of humility where we're just getting the work done. Chop wood, carry water. It's like the most enlightened beings on the planet. The yogis, as an example, will still go out and sweep their porch every morning. It's realizing that sometimes we get our biggest downloads, aha moments, sources of inspiration by just doing the things in the physical, the magic in the mundane. And you can see even like the colors are very similar here. The colors are real similar. It feels very, very grounded, and it also feels like there's a soft enlightenment coming from you. There's a softening here, especially with the dove spirit coming in. There's just a softening of your soul, a softening of your spirit. It's really beautiful, really, really beautiful, especially being a Leo with all that fire that just like wants to roar, you know? Not that it's that it is stifled in any way, but it's almost like an intentional sort of just allowing it to soften a little bit. So that's really beautiful. And then we'll look at the bottom of the deck, round and round, 25 breaking down to a 7. And I love the colors in this. I love, love, love the colors in this. And this is symbolic of just, you can see here, the sacred geometry of almost like the Fibonacci sequence, and just understanding that everything is super cyclical, that everything has like a beginning point and an end point, but because it goes in a circle, that it's just infinite. And that's where this infinite possibilities comes in. So you really are having some kind of like a deep inner knowing that everything is cyclical, and that things always come back around, and that the pendulum always swings to both ends, because we're seeing such extremes and such incredible polarization right now. I really feel like you just have this higher perspective right now, and it feels very calm. It feels very, very calm. So we'll see what wants to come out in the tarot. But also the number 7, you know, being a number of a highly spiritual number, you know, and linked into lessons, like spiritual, sort of like that you've gone through some spiritual challenges, and that you faced them, and that because there is a face inside of this spiral, that you've sort of faced the challenges, and you've really come into a place of peace. So we'll see if that resonates for you. And then let's get you an angel message, and then we'll move on to the tarot. So this is Angel Prayers by Kyle Gray. And when I open up the deck, I see Change and Transition, 2 of the archangels. And this deck is not full of archangels. Archangel Azrael and Archangel Jeremiel. So forgiveness and transition. So maybe there really was you having to work on forgiveness. And that, like I said, like you've been through some kind of a transition, of a change, of a deepening of your own inner strength, I want to say. A strengthening of who you are. You are connected to the Strength card in the tarot. So it seems like there's been some kind of a strengthening of who you are. So we'll see what wants to come out. And I just saw Raphael and Ariel, the peaceful warrior and the divine physician. A lot of healing. Wow, it feels like you've sort of been tempered, like you've tempered yourself. The miracle of forgiveness, Archangel Jeremiel. Thank you, Jeremiel, for helping me understand the process of forgiveness. Perhaps there was a lot of forgiveness that needed to happen inside of you, and you really worked on that, and you really did the work. And now you're like observing how that's changed your life. How does that resonate? Let me know. Okay, one more time. New beginnings. Yeah, new beginnings. And at the bottom of the deck, don't hate, meditate. So it really feels like you've been doing a lot of inner work, and now you are looking at a time where there's really doors opening for you. Really, really doors opening for you. Connecting with your guides deeply, like on a much deeper level, like a strengthening of connection. Thank you, angels, for opening the doors to change. I am ready. Totally guided. Look at it with the dove spirit. Look at these 2 together. Wow, Leo. This is really beautiful. I'm impressed. Okay, so let's move on to the tarot. And then at the end of the reading, we're going to pull a card from Art Through the Eyes of the Soul Oracle. And we're also going to pull a fractal card for you from the Return of Spirit. And we're going to close the reading with a crystal healing and a message, you know, and a crystal card, maybe 2 crystal cards of what crystals you could work with for the month. So we're going to use the Muse Tarot, and that is by Chris Ann. We're going to put Dove Spirit over here, and put New Beginnings over there. Okay. So we're going to use the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann, and then we can clarify with the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. I just like using the same kind of author's decks together. I think it's a nice thing to do. All right, Leo. So as always, I call in the divine with love and light. And I call in the archangels at the 4 corners of the world. And the 6 elements, earth, air, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today. For Leo. One more time. Okay, so we're going to start off with a past energy for you. We're going to do, I think we'll start with a 6-card spread and take it from there. So the 6 of Voices coming in, we'll say this is the underlying energy. And at the heart of the reading, the 6 of Inspiration, 6 of Wands, 2 6s, past energy, justice, amazing. That explains a lot about these oracle cards. That is where your new beginning came in. Something was balanced. In the present, the 4 of Emotions, we're going to have to clarify that. The future, the Ace of Inspiration, and the advice, the 2 of Inspiration. Well, Leo, okay, we've got 6 cards out on the table, and 4 of them, 1, 2, okay, 3 of them. So half of the cards are wands or fire. And at the bottom of the deck was the 3 of Swords. So yeah, there definitely was like an underlying kind of hurt that you were dealing with. And you know, Leo does rule the heart chakra, so I'm not surprised that like a 4 of Emotions or 4 of Cups is coming in the present. And I'm gonna kind of, let's see if we can get these moved up. I'll just put these up here. Okay. So Leo, you definitely had to work on some of the energies in the mind. The 6 of Voices, 6 of Swords is where, you know, we kind of take a journey, and that journey could just be internal. You literally could have made a journey where you actually did travel to leave a situation. It is sort of about leaving a situation, but since it's swords, it can translate to just mental patterns and finding like a new way of thinking, giving up old patterns, old ways of thinking. But it really is like moving to calmer waters. And you can see here like there is, you know, water, and essentially like this woman is going off to calmer waters, and above her she's being guided by like a spirit guide, let's say. So this was a direction that you went in, whether physical or mental, that was guided, like you were being supported on this journey by the higher realms, okay? And the heart of the reading is the 6 of Wands, and this is a card of Leo. Okay, this is one of your cards in the minor arcana. This is one of your cards. And it's about victory. It's about like sort of the recognition from external, like having the recognition of other people, where people are seeing a change in you, or you've come back, you know, from a more difficult journey or a difficult time, being victorious, being lit up, being full of fire. There is a sense of pride here, being proud of yourself, being celebrated, and that's at the heart of the reading. And I really, really love that. And, you know, these 2 women, they're so similar here. They really are so similar. The 2 women, the one that's kind of on the fingertip, I want to say, the fingertip of her spirit guide, and then the woman who's just like in full-on celebration in the spotlight. The heart of the reading, it's sort of like being in the spotlight. So, you know, it is a card of victory, and that's at the heart of the reading. So whether you're there or not, that is what's kind of like driving you. There is a sense of like being driven by this energy because it's at the heart of the reading, so it's within you. And it really could just be like the sun is in Leo right now, so it is your time to shine, and that's at the heart of the reading. So maybe, you know, Spirit's just validating that, because in the past, we have justice, where something was rebalanced again. This card's been coming up a lot. It came up for the July elementals a lot. Number 11, so that is linked into the energy of Archangel Metatron. And even, it's a card of Libra, so even with partnerships, something with partnerships, so perhaps, you know, there was a relationship in your life that needed to be kind of like reworked, and there was an agreement that was made, there was a conclusion that felt fair for everyone. We're gonna get some clarifiers, because I think that whatever it is, it had really left you feeling sad. I want to say the situation that you came out of left you feeling pretty sad, like you were alone, like you didn't necessarily have the support that you used to have. But what I'm feeling from this card from you is that you are learning the value of your own cup. This woman here, she's sitting with, you know, with the 3 cups, and that's where, you know, we're celebrating, we're with friends, we have, you know, the support of our friends. It's a card of, for me, sisterhood, brotherhood. It could even be a third-party relationship kind of thing. So perhaps that was something that you were dealing with in a relationship, and there was justice, like you know, you were kind of vindicated in some way. But in any event, I'm feeling for you that this 4 of Cups is more about you realizing, really realizing that you are the cup. And I said this in one of the other readings, in one of the July elementals, is that you're realizing that what's in your own cup, and that you ultimately fill your own cup, and that, you know, that energetically you are the cup. And so there really isn't anything to feel sad about, or this can be a card of like apathy, or just feeling like there's been a missed opportunity. But because of the cards that are around it, like you did the work, you took the journey, this is the underlying energy of the reading, you moved to a place of calmer waters. At the bottom of the deck was that 3 of Swords, and those are the 3 swords that she leaves behind in the 6 of Swords. She leaves these 3 swords behind. So you've done the work. Part of the reading is like a sense of pride about yourself, a sense of self-worth, and then the Justice is here. So with the 4 of Emotions, I really feel like this is you realizing that there aren't any missed opportunities, you know, that you are the opportunity, that you're the one, you know, kind of filling your own cup. It's really amazing, and it's bringing you, and it's going to bring you a totally new, like, creative start in your life. So moving through your own season, I think I really feel like there's the sense of coming back into your own, really coming back into your own, and being just in a space of wanting to create, really feeling creative. And realizing how resourceful you are. This Ace of Inspiration as a future card is so amazing, because even like the succulent in her hair, you know, any kind of a desert flower or desert plant, it's resourceful, because it's something that continues to thrive and grow with very little water, and the soil just sort of being not the soil from a forest, you know, it's the soil of the desert, it's sandy. So anything like the succulent that can grow in the desert is resourceful. So it's sort of like this, and this rainbow, like I see this as you really receiving the whole, like the downloads from the universe, from the sun, your ruler, and even from deeper than the sun, from like the galactic sun, the central sun. And you're realizing again, it's about like filling your own cup, but also your own resourcefulness as far as your creative endeavors go, as far as your passions go. Really and truly, as far as your passions grow, because here even there's more cactus here. And that is about being resourceful and really strong and able to protect yourself, knowing that that you are protected, that like this energy of the Three of Swords is sort of like a thing of the past for you. It's a thing of the past for you. It can't penetrate you anymore. And I really feel like this was, even though this is a present energy, this maybe was where you were in Cancer season. Really wondering if the scales were balanced, or if you had missed out on a giant opportunity with a person. I don't know, it could even be a job, a partnership with someone else. And also because of COVID, you know, and the whole situation and all of the restrictions that humanity's been feeling worldwide, doesn't matter where you live in the world, that Four of Emotions just sort of like lingering a bit as to, you know, just the state of the world. And Leo, you do have a big heart, so you have probably been really feeling with great empathy the plight of planet Earth right now. Not so much planet Earth, because Gaia has actually done pretty well during all of this, but the people of Earth. Leo, I see you as the water of fire, if that makes sense. Of all of the fire signs, because it's like that heart energy, you're sort of like the water of fire, meaning the feeler of the fire signs. It's interesting to me. So this Four of Emotions coming up here really could be about, you know, just that you've been kind of like going through the motions like everybody else. And this Ace of Inspiration also coming in as a future energy, like this is the light of the sun that you're going to be shining out, like now, like soon. I feel, you know, because time is so not linear with tarot, and there's also tarot timing. So tarot timing meaning like this past energy, you could have moved through that last year, this justice energy. This could have been a last year kind of thing for you. This Three of Swords could have been, you know, 3 years ago. It's tarot timing. And this future energy could be right now. Everybody moves through energies at a different pace, and it's tarot timing. So even if you watch this video for September, maybe it's more relevant in September than it is for August. But you're coming in with a whole new major download, like I said, and it's coming from your ruler, it's coming from the sun, and I even feel like it's coming from the galactic center. It's that big. And that's why I was saying about this new moon in Leo on August 18th has a link to that big solar eclipse that we had in 2017. In August of 2017, that huge solar eclipse that was seen all across the United States and North America, I want to say. So it's touching the same degrees, or almost the same degrees. And so what I want to say is to perhaps think back to what was coming up for you in August of 2017, so 3 years ago, and that those energies now in this moment are going to be kind of not necessarily come to a culmination or a completion, but that something will come up again around that, and that it may be like you have a much higher perspective around what was coming up August of 2017. And there's just this sense of like a much higher perspective around it, that there's been a tremendous growth in those particular areas of your life that were kind of like really bubbling up around August of 2017. The other thing I'm noticing here is that this Ace of Inspiration she's looking right at the Four of Emotions, and she's like, it's almost like the future is looking at the present. Like the future energy is already here because time is not linear, and it's looking at the present. This Ace of Wands, Ace of Inspiration, is looking at if you're going through this present energy of feeling like you might be missing out on something, or things didn't go the way you planned, and you're kind of feeling sad or a little apathetic or indifferent. This Ace is like, no, 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 no. Like, look at me. Look over here. Like, turn around and look at me, because this is what's coming in. It's pretty powerful. It's definitely really powerful. Wow. This is a beautiful card. This is just absolutely beautiful, this Ace. This is your Ace, Leo. This is your Ace. It's there for you. And the advice is the Two of Inspiration. What a great card. This card is so amazing. It's now we're getting this sort of little telescope, or like handheld lens, twice. There's your observer, and there's you with your telescope, kind of like gauging everything, really going over everything, looking out like into the future. Which way do I go? What is the path in front of me? What does it look like? I think it's about realizing how much you have in front of you. How much you really have in front of you, Leo. The twos are a choice. So the advice is kind of saying to make a choice. But first, you know, chop wood, carry water, and observe. Just like she's doing. She's observing. You're gonna know. You're gonna know what to do. You're gonna know what to do. It's like I said, like that chop wood, carry water, and observe. And observe. This is a little fox in here, you know, and they're very sly. They're very, very sly. They know what they're doing. The fox, you know, they know when it's time to take action versus when it's time to rest, versus when it's time to do the work. They know when to go into the den and stay there, and they know when to come out. And they're very keen, you know, their senses are very keen. They know how to remain hidden when they need to remain hidden. So fox spirit being another animal that's with you, you know, a higher perspective with very keen senses, very sharp instinct, and you know that it's important just to get the work done, the daily things, to really do that and let that kind of carry you forward while you are navigating these new energies. Because I really do see this whole thing as a new beginning for you, emotionally, mentally, and creatively. This is a new beginning for you, like this card said too. New beginnings. You have new beginnings coming. So let's get a few clarifiers for you. Shall we use, I think, you know what? I feel like using the Muse Tarot, and then to keep using the Muse Tarot. And then if we want to, we could go back and get a couple of cards from the Light Seers. I don't feel like we're quite done with this deck yet. So I want to clarify the Six of Voices and see, you know, with this underlying energy. The underlying energy is maybe like what's in the subconscious, what you may not even have a full awareness of, that's been sort of like the undercurrent of what you've been dealing with. And you know what else is interesting is that there are no people here. There's no pages, no knights, no queens, no kings. And the only major arcana is the Justice card. So let's see if there's any people involved here. And this has kind of been a theme too with some of the readings, is that it's been sort of like a solo journey for everyone. So why is the Six of Voices, this wanted to come out in the underlying energy? Six of Materials, another six, another six. This is about the worth of things, the way that you see what is valuable and what is not. It's about things being fair, going back to justice, things being fair, and things being equal, and an equal giving and receiving. And what you give out is what you get in return. There's just this sense of balance. The whole first line now are 3 sixes and the justice. Now don't get all upset. 666 is not a bad number. It's actually quite sacred. It was just hijacked, okay? So this is actually very, extremely sacred here. So maybe look up the real meaning of the sixes, okay? And then the justice. So there is like, because the sixes are where we like reharmonize, where things are coming back into a state of equilibrium. So you've got like harmony of the mind, harmony of things in the physical, and harmony in, you know, things within like the action that you take out into the world. A sense of equilibrium and balance with the justice card. Cracked open, like the darkness has just been cracked open. It's, you know, the darkness in the mind, 6 of Voices. And so maybe this really was about, you know, something in the physical, like a business partnership, or relationships that you were giving too much to. And for some of you, maybe it was that you were taking too much and you're like coming into a place of rebalancing that. Interesting. Really, really interesting that another 6 came out. Let's get one more for that underlying energy. 6 of Voices, 6 of Materials. Why are these 6s here? What is going on for Leo? And it also just could be like, because with this 6 of Swords, I was saying it's like a working on the mind, that you're kind of realizing that nobody has the power to take advantage of you, really. Like you are, you know, in control of how you perceive things. So if you were perceiving that things around you, relationships, in business, whether it was monetary, like maybe you're just coming to a place of realizing that like nothing really does have power over you, you know, that it's all about perception. And if something is really imbalanced, then you can just leave that situation. Like you're not committed to anything. Like you don't have to be committed to something if it's not fair or just. The Hermit. The Hermit. Yeah, that's what I was saying, like kind of like moving away from something that just doesn't feel fair. Moving away from something that doesn't feel fair. That doesn't feel equal, that doesn't feel balanced. The Hermit goes within, not because the Hermit is running away or is afraid or is avoidant. You know, the Hermit goes out on a solo journey because the Hermit knows that that's where the wisdom is found, from going within. And that's where the Hermit finds its North Star, his or her North Star. That is like, and in this case, it's almost like it's coming through as the sun, or like I was saying, as the galactic sun. Like these are downloads of energy that are coming towards you. And usually we see the Hermit out in the tundra, like it's cold and it's winter and everything around it is sort of dead, and he has the lantern, and that's where the North Star is. In this case, it's a desert landscape, so it kind of has the same energy as being like, you know, you're out there all alone. And that's why I was like, where are the people here? You know, it's showing that you've really worked on this, or you're in the process of working on this, but like not, you know, if you are in hermit mode right now, because that's where the journey took you to finding balance again, you're not going to stay there very long, because this ace is here and it's coming. It's coming. And your six of inspiration, or your six of wands, is there too. And like I said, that's where you're sort of like, come home and there's a parade for you. Not literally, but it's like people in your peer group, in your community, at work, in your family, they can see that something has shifted. They can see that you've overcome something. In the six of wands, the person is sort of overcoming the five of wands, in which there's drama and some conflict. And sort of, you know, some ego. And so in the six of wands, it's like, that's done with. And now it's a sense of like your head is held high. So if you are in the space of being in this hermit mode, I really see you coming out of it very, very soon, because this is the heart of the reading, the six of wands. And then below it is the future energy, the ace of wands. Very fiery, very, very fiery, right? So let's see why is the six of wands at the heart of the reading, please, for my dear Leos? Why is the six of wands at the heart of the reading? Wow, that's amazing. And I'm noticing, so eight of wands, clarified by the eight of wands. Yeah, it's a fast moving energy. It's spiritual. It's a spiritual energy. There really could be some travel coming up for you, but it's movement. It's a very directed energy. It's like where you have your sights set on something, and like you're directing all of your wands, all of your solar plexus energy is like directed at a goal or a thing, or a passion or an idea. And you know, look at the two of them together. It's so much fire. It's so much fire. So it signifies good news as well. It could be hearing good news, like where you are hearing like the news that you've been waiting on is coming. That's at the heart of the reading. That the news you've been waiting on, the person you've been waiting to hear from, like it happens and it's good news. This is, again, the six of wands is a card of victory. So this is like double victory here. Leo and Sag energy. Eight of wands, Sag. Six of wands, Leo. So as a prediction, it could be like, you know, November, December, but I don't really think so. I think that this is happening faster for some people. Although November really could be a thing, end of November, because 11, Justice, and 8 of Inspiration, Sag energy, end of November could definitely be significant for you, Leo. And that's the other thing, is that like the month of August, with all of the fire energy that's happening, I think we have Mars in Aries, obviously the sun in Leo, and then this new moon in Leo. We won't see this much fire in the sky again until Sag season. So it also feels like some of the things that you're activating now, like I said, this new moon is going to be important. A lot of the things that you're activating now during Leo season are going to like strengthen by Sag season. So it's going to be like a cycle of growth until then, and then by Sag season it really could reach its culmination for this, like I said, for this new future ace that you might have right now, or you might be feeling it right now, this ace coming in to replace this 4 of Cups, to kind of like come in and just like obliterate it, you know? And so yeah, like Leo season, and then moving into Virgo season, where like Virgo season, that's where we're chopping the wood, you know? It's where we're able to take all of this fire, right? The 6, the 8, the ace, all of this fire of Leo season and Virgo season comes in, and we're able to like do the real work on it, and the planning, like kind of anchor all that fire into the earth and make it real. You know, so just thinking ahead a little bit to Virgo season at the end of August, and maybe some of you are even cuspers, like you're on the Leo Virgo cusp, because the Two of Wands is coming in as the advice. So we're gonna clarify that as well. Let's clarify the Justice card, shall we? Bottom of the deck, Judgment. Major transformation for you, Leo. Big transformation for you. Big awakening for you. Big awakening. Why is Justice in the past for Leo? Why is the Justice card in the past for Leo? One card, please. Why is Justice in the past for Leo? Yes, this card came up a lot too in the elemental readings for July, the second half of July. Maybe you want to check those out. The Five of Cups. This was, whatever happened, you really had a heartache. You really had a loss. You really, it was icy. Like this was icy. And I really do, you know, I understand, like, this was the past energy, but there was justice around it. And I don't know which reading it was for the elementals, but I was literally giving the same message, you know, that it cracked you open. It cracked you open, and the light came in. You realized that the darkness was there to serve your light, that the cold, that the iciness was there to serve your fire and your flame, you know? So there was a time, and this could have been last week, last month, last year, but it's coming up again. So it's coming up again in this reading. And so in the present, yeah, there could just sort of be this element of wondering, you know, and this could have even just been coming out of Cancer season. Like, did I miss my opportunity for that? Is, you know, and just like kind of wondering, maybe there were friendships that sort of went away during this pandemic, during this whole global shift. Maybe you're not, it couldn't even be that there were any arguments or anything. This really could be mourning the loss of what life used to look like pre-COVID. This could be, you know, mourning the loss of sort of the people that no longer resonate with you, that you are coming into an awakening of a lot of things that are happening in the world. And maybe some of the people that like were your Three of Cups, like your tribe, there might not be there just yet. And so this has bigger implications, more from the macrocosm, right? Like I was saying, Leo, you're my water of fire. You are the empath, you know, you really feel things. But plus you're so close to Cancer. Maybe you're a Cancer Leo cusper, very first degrees of Leo. So Leo, I'm really feeling this from you right now, and that's why you have these sixes, because they're coming in to balance you. I feel like this is cosmic energy that came in for you and that is coming in for you during your season. Don't forget Lionsgate, this really powerful new moon that's coming up. Like you, and then the full moon in Aquarius is coming up too. So that's going to be really big too. Like you're coming out of this, and I think that it did require you to hermit a little bit, and maybe you're still hermiting a little bit, but that's not going to last very long, because you are ready to be a Leo. You're really ready to be that Leo again. Like you are. That's you, Leo. Okay, that's you. Resourceful, resilient, you know, cactus, they're so resilient. And like I said, they're resourceful. It amazes me when I go out into the desert, like how the desert life here sustains itself, how resourceful it is. Okay, let's get a quick card for the Four of Cups, because I want to know what has you sitting in this cup like this, Leo. Realizing that you are the cup. Realizing that you are the cup. Why is the Four of Cups here? Yeah, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Materials. It has to do with your tribe. It really does. It has to do with your tribe or your family, or so in this 10 of Materials, 10 of Pentacles, we see this rose bush, which, you know, rose bushes can get pretty big. Before I moved to this spot in Sedona, I was out on a very, 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 very large piece of property, and right outside of my casita were rose bushes, and they grew. My bed was here, and then there was the wall, and then on the other side were rose bushes. And in the year, just over a year that I lived there, these rose bushes grew, like they doubled, and they were huge. They had to be like, right on 9 feet tall. So, okay, this is a little out of proportion, but this is a very tall rose bush, and look at all of the people celebrating, standing around. This is about the legacy. And it's like this sort of sitting in your own cup, asking yourself what the future's going to look like, asking yourself what the future of the world's going to look like, your own future, who's going to be there with you, who's going to make it. You know, think of your own scenario. It's about the long-term stability. It's about the love within a community. It's about, you know, a community being able to sustain itself. And so there's just, you know, there's a little like sort of, you know, that energy around it. Let's get one more for the Four of Cups. But I know that you're going to come out of this, Leo, like you're going to come out of this with flying colors. Flying colors. And you may already be there. Tarot timing. One more, please, for this Four of Cups and 10 of Pentacles for my dear Leo. You really want to create something for your future. You really want to see the world happy and stable. Page of Voices. She's a really cute page. Page of Swords. Okay, so this could be some of the energies that are around you that aren't quite as mentally equipped as you. Meaning, you could be really like dealing with a lot of the sort of the people fighting back and forth. This is harsh words. It can be harsh words. It can be immature, you know, communication. People kind of like bickering with each other and just using, you know, not so high level communication with one another. So this could have just been like a fight that you had with someone, you know, and maybe you're still thinking about it. A disagreement that you have with someone. You know, a lot of this can be like online wars kind of thing. Now also, you know, the Page of Swords is like, you know, all of the pages are kind of students and messengers. So this could really be also like you gathering more information. Maybe there's a topic right now that you are learning about. If there has been like an awakening for you, Leo, some kind of an awakening, like a big aha moment, I just keep seeing like there's the light over your head, there's this light beaming out at you, there's a rainbow coming in, there's the light coming down. Like, do you see this? The light here, the light from that distant sun. Here's the whole spectrum of color and more light, cracked open, receiving downloads. that you are potentially really investigating something right now. Look at her. She's so studious with her glasses. She is very, very studious, so that there's something that you've really been researching, getting more information about, and it's creating like a sort of separation between you and other people, where maybe your tribe isn't fully there anymore. It's like a changing of, not entirely, but that some people are going to have to fall away when you have certain awakenings if they haven't had that awakening yet. You know, they'll come around perhaps, and you'll be able to then be a way shower for them. I don't know, it's going to resonate differently for everyone. So let's get some cards for the Ace of Inspiration, because I want to know what is going to be lighting you up, Leo. What is your new passion about? What is this new start for you? What is this new start for my dear Leos? This new beginning. One card, please, to start. I love it. Nine of Pentacles. Self-worth. Knowing your worth. Not questioning yourself anymore. Feeling really free. Feeling really, really free. Really proud of yourself again. There's this sense of pride here coming in for you, Leo. Happiness. Independence. Like independent from what other people think about you. Because that weighs on your heart when you feel misunderstood. It's that pride. Yeah, what did I just say? Queen of Emotions. Queen of Cups. What did I just say? It weighs on your heart when you feel misunderstood. Look at her. Look at this Queen of Cups. It is about the heart. It's about love. It's about loving yourself. This new start is going to be really heart-centered for you, in a place where you feel safe. It's really vibrant. Again, I'm just so struck by all of these colors, like how colorful your future is, how bright your future is. What was I saying? You're the water of fire for me. I don't know if anyone else feels that way. This is just a download that I'm getting in the here and now. I don't know that I've ever really said that before, but it's a download I'm getting for whatever group of Leos is going to watch this. How deep your emotions are. Just how deeply feeling that you are. So your heart is coming back on, or it is back on, or it's just a strengthening of the heart. A strengthening of the heart, because here's this, if you look at, you know, the 4 and the 5, and then the Queen, all of these sort of like questions in the heart, any of the emotions, whether it's like apathy or boredom or sadness and grief, is just totally mastered and transmuted and healed by this Queen, which is you. So it is a strengthening of your heart, a strengthening of your heart space, of your heart center, of your heart chakra. And honestly, that alone is how the inspiration comes in, is how the new beginning comes in. It's through the heart. It's through the heart. So Queen of Cups, I'm like, where is the person? We have this Page of Voices, which, you know, like I said, really could be you delving into new things, learning new things, really figuring out in the present, really figuring out what the future of your business is going to look like, what the future of your friendships are going to look like, you know, and and going detail by detail about the different topics that you want to explore, the different opportunities that you want to explore and work on creatively, and like I was saying, and anchor them into the physical. All of this light, all of these downloads, all of this higher like guidance from your team has to be anchored in the physical. And so you're getting a lot of information right now. You really are. You're a student right now. And conversely, this really could be people that just aren't at the same level as you right now within your family or your group or friendships or business, that aren't quite understanding what it is that's going on with Leo right now. You know, and that explains this underlying energy of the Hermit, like has to go in to rebalance the things inside the heart. The Hermit goes in when there's kind of like unresolved issues within the heart, finds his North Star again, finds the inner light again, and you know, and it's here. So, okay, two of inspiration, and we are at an hour because I can't make short videos. Okay, two of inspiration, and then we're gonna do some crystal cards for you for the month. That one wants to come out. Four of Voices. Let me get another card. Turning on your 2020 vision. Turning on that 2020 vision. You definitely need to make sure that you are getting enough rest, and that when you are making decisions, that you're coming from a place of being rested. All of this fire and inspiration that's coming in can fizzle you out. So make sure that you're taking the time to rest your mental body, and make sure that the mind is sort of clear before you make any big moves. Treat yourself, you know, definitely treat yourself to, you know, treat yourself well, treat yourself to a nice cosmic bubble bath, if you will. Make sure that you take the time to meditate a little bit. If you have big decisions that are coming up, to really meditate on it. Take your time with things, pause to consider, pause to think about it. There's that Three of Voices, and the Four of Voices and the Three of Voices, Three of Swords and Four of Swords. I think Spirit is just saying, like, you know, if this pops up again, this feeling of heartache, betrayal, whether it's like specifically with something in your life, a relationship, or just like the heartache of the world and feeling all of it, to rest, to really, because of the Three and the Four, like I was saying, to self-care. Self-care is really, really important for you right now, Leo. A lot of self-care. And let's just get one more card to clarify this Three and Four of Voices, Three and Four of Swords with the Two. Okay, I think the cards are like saying that they're done. I don't know which one fell out, so I feel like they're just saying that they're done. Okay, so let's move on. We'll get you a fractal card, Leo, and we'll just get a clarifier sort of like for this whole reading. This is beautiful fractal art called Return of Spirit by Cheryl Lee Harnish. One more time. I hope this is resonating for some of you, my dear Leos. If it is, please feel free to let me know. And, you know, if you need any additional guidance around this, I would be so honored to read for you in person if you live in the Sedona area. Or like I said, by phone or Skype or WhatsApp. Up. You can only go up from here, Leo. You're going up. Like, I love that. It's such a beautiful message. All of this blue, higher level communication, higher level thinking. You see the green all throughout there with the heart chakra. right? And even some indigo with the inside of the third eye. Like, this is kind of upper chakra energy here, from the heart chakra to the throat chakra, to the third eye, and even the white from spirit. Like, look up. I'm seeing this as like, if you're looking down like her, you see her looking down, and you're in a space where you're not going within, but don't forget to look up. And really, this is saying like, it's all uphill from here for you. It's all uphill. Like, this whole 5 of Cups, 4 of Cups, 3 of Swords energy that you've moved through, moving to calmer waters, like, you've been through the worst of it, is what Spirit's saying to you. Shifting at the bottom of the deck. The energy is shifting for you. Look at that beautiful gold. That's like the color of the sun. And then that magenta ray coming in. I see that as like Saint Germain, where it's kind of like burning away the karma. I think you really had a lot of karmic lessons, like so many of us have had this past year or 2 years or 3 years. You know, this could even be, like I said, going back to that big solar eclipse in August of 2017. So let's get you an art through the eyes of the soul, and then we'll just get some crystal cards that you can use, you know, crystals that you could tune into for the month of August, for your birthday month. And for those of you who have July birthdays, happy birthday. And like, if your birthday is the day, if you wind up watching this and it's like, and it is your birthday on the day that you watch this, like, please let me know. I think that would be so fun to see. Okay, so this deck, I'm gonna try not to throw these on the ground. The cards are a little bit large. So, one card please for my dear Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, and just for the collective who might be tuning in to see what this Leo season has to offer them for Lionsgate, the Egyptian New Year, this portal that we're in. One card, please. One card, please. Okay. Wow. Keep the vigil. Justice will triumph. Okay, so I might get you one more card, Leo, because I'm feeling like, but I might not need to. This is really connected to how concerned you have been and are over the state of affairs on Gaia and on planet Earth. And here's that justice energy coming in again. Justice, being triumphant, 6 of Wands, being triumphant. You are so concerned for the collective. You are so concerned for humanity. And there's a purity about how much you feel for the world. This rose and the sword of truth, that you really want to see truth prevail, truth be exposed. And even in this card, he's keeping a vigil by the holy thorn tree, and I want to say this is the Glastonbury tour, and here's the Holy Grail. This card is so beautiful. The descriptions are really short, so I'm going to read this one. Cheryl Yombra Rose, these were all her own paintings. And so she made this oracle deck based on all of her paintings that she's done, or a collection of paintings that she's done throughout the years. And she made an oracle deck on them. So it's going to tell us the year that she made this painting, and it's a really short description. So I do want to read into this a little further. But this reminds me of in King Arthur's court, Lancelot. 1990, she painted this in 1990. Okay, disruption, the expanded meaning, disruption. Remember to have compassion and sincerity throughout difficult proceedings. Seek legal counsel if necessary. Justice. If you are a Leo who has been through some kind of a battle in court or a court case, maybe it was a divorce, and that's that Three of Swords energy, and the Six is coming in to show where there's like harmony again, you know, where it's been balanced, and then the Ten of Pentacles being like your family, like your children, that kind of thing. Then justice is, you know, know in your heart that good shall prevail upon the earth. And that's what I was feeling. Okay, whether an inner battle or an outer one, physics, science, shows us that the universe is always striving to return to a natural state of balance. The holy thorn tree on Wariall Hill in Glastonbury was a place where ancient knights performed their vigil before going into battle. It also stands as a symbol of the safe return from an arduous quest. The tree was recently vandalized and cut. Well, that's heartbreaking. This is tragic, yes, but reminds us that the magic of Avalon, as with love, dwells in our hearts and cannot be destroyed by vandals or by the destructive acts of others. Think about that for what's going on right now. Their intention, okay, if we allow them to have power, their intention will be fulfilled. And that's what I was saying before about, like, I just don't think that things are gonna have the same power over you anymore. And that's the justice for you. When you are weary from involvement in the problems of the world, remember to keep the vigil of your heart. Leo, your heart, keep the vigil of your heart. Resting upon the nexus point of the Knight's Sword is the blue rose of immortality. The tree will rejuvenate itself and grow once again. Yeah, Leo, I was really feeling like you're really feeling the weight of the world on you a lot. And it has to do with an awakening that you've been having. Oh, this is amazing. At the bottom of the deck was the Glastonbury Goddess. Accept the opportunity that is offered. So someone really may be offering you a cup of love here. And it's your goddess energy, Leo, whether you're male or female. It's just being in touch with, you know, with the goddess energy. And someone may be coming for you. You may really have an opportunity in love. And that's the future energy of this Ace of Inspiration. A new passion, a new start with someone. And it would be someone who would really, really, really make your heart sing. Nine of Materials. Someone who really comes in with their heart on. Really comes in with their heart on. Heart open. And, you know, you may have a choice with a new relationship. And the choice would be like, you know, am I healed from this broken heart? I think the answer is yes, but that's for you to decide. Okay, Leo, crystal energy. This is your birthday special, so I was allowed to go long, but I'm really gonna try to keep the rest of the August readings a little bit shorter. Okay, let's get some crystals for Leo. What is going to help Leo this month as Leo moves through these incredible energies? What is going to help Leo? Crystal spirits, let's call on the crystal guardians and the crystal spirits to come in and give us a message for my dear Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. And for anyone else who's watching this and just wants some support through Leo season, I am going to do all of the other signs for August. So if you're like, you know, a Pisces and you're watching this, or, you know, a Gemini and you're watching this, I am going to get to your sign. But Leo went first. And we're just going to go in order. So next will be Virgo. Okay. Crystal for Leo for the month of August. I just love this night. Keeping the vigil by the holy thorn tree, the tree that was struck down. Just kind of the way that Avalon was struck down, and that so much of, you know, of the mysteries, the ancient ways of the earth, the secrets that, you know, have been hidden from us. You know, just know that there's this night there, keeping vigil by it, and that tree will, you know, it will grow again. It will be planted, another one will be planted, and it will grow again. Okay, so we're gonna get you another card, but Earth came out. Just the element of Earth. So this deck has like all the crystals, right? But then it also has the elements. So it has fire, and it has air and water and earth. And so your first card out is Earth. So I think it's saying, like, you know, I was telling you, like, everything's going up. Everything in your life is going up and down into you. Like, you are receiving so much energy, DNA activation, light codes, this whole month, the whole month of August and starting in July, that you have to anchor it. You've got to anchor it, Leo. So get yourself out into Gaia and let her, you know, stabilize that energy so that you can bring all of this new inspiration, drive, creativity, you can bring it into the physical and birth it here. And then I'm feeling an Empress energy from this. And also anything regarding any of this 5 of emotions and 4 of emotions and 3 of swords, that you can also, you know, give it back to the earth and let her transmute it for you, or give it back to the cosmos and you know, let the universe transmute it for you. But yeah, Mama Earth, she wants to talk to you. So get out there into Earth and let's get you another crystal card. Okay. Black tourmaline, purification. So, okay, the first message that I just got from this is to turn off your Wi-Fi at night, is to get some shungite, even though this is black tourmaline, if you're in an area that has 5G installed, like to protect yourself from EMF is what I'm hearing for you. Black tourmaline, you know, can really do the same. Shungite, so any of these really, you know, dense, dark stones, black moonstone, shungite, black tourmaline, all the ones that I just listed, it's asking for a purification. So even through some of this emotional time that you've been through, and then the mental, you know, some of the mental purging that you've done, you do need to, like I was saying, let the earth transmute some of these lower energies that you've been working through, that you've worked through, that you are working through. Get some of these protective stones, put them, I just saw a bunny rabbit, put them inside, you know, in your room, in your kitchen, carry them with you. It doesn't have to be just black tourmaline. Shungite's amazing for that. Onyx, black obsidian, black moonstone. Just keep some of these stones with you throughout the day and in your home. And the first hit that I got was about EMF. So, you know, could just be turning your Wi-Fi off at night, putting your phone on airplane mode at night if you can. Getting some of those, like, you know, the shungite patches for like your modem or your router or whatever. And if you have gone to the next level of Wi-Fi, you really could just be, you know, a lot of this stuff that we're going through, a lot of it is, you know, from the EMF, and we don't even necessarily realize how much the technology is kind of like interfering with some of our regular processing, emotional processing, mental processing, you know. So, and then also it's just protective, and it is purifying from, you know, some of these lower energies, all of the dark energies that are around the planet and that are being exposed right now as the light comes in. So allow yourself to use some of these more protective stones this month, especially to balance out all of the higher energies that you are going to be receiving this month, Leo. All right, my dear Leo, I think that's going to do it for us. We've gone to almost an hour and a half, and I'm, you know, really was going to try to keep it short, but you know, that's just the way that it is. I will see you well, I'm going to do the elementals again. So I'm going to do readings mid-month for earth, fire, air, and water. And other than that, you know, maybe some pick-a-cards. But like I said, if anyone does want a personal reading, please, please, please just reach out. I would be so honored, and just because of what's going on in the world, you know, I'd even be happy to work with your budget. So my usual rates, I am open to do a sliding scale for people. Okay, Leo, thank you so much. I love you. I wish you just an amazing solar return and happy downloading. And I'll see you again next month. Okay, take care. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.